Hi everyone. Today's video will be about my experience with the Ninja 1000 SX. I'll be sharing my thoughts and insights after riding it for 70,000 kilometers over 2 years. I hope you find it informative, and I welcome any discussion. Nash 1 Equipment Description. Key add-ons and modifications. 1. Side cases. We purchased the OEM panniers when we bought the new bike. Since we plan to do a lot of long-distance riding, we decided to get the factory panniers. 2. USB charger. We bought a DMV USB charger and installed it in the factory cigarette lighter socket. 3. Tire pressure and temperature monitors with front and rear L-shaped valve stems. We purchased orange electronic tire pressure and temperature monitors and installed the L-shaped valve stems that came with the monitors. Personally, I find these L-shaped valve stems very convenient for inflating the tires. 4. Crash bars. Most people might first consider installing frame sliders. However, after considering the following reasons, we decided not to purchase frame sliders and instead went with DMV crash bars. I'm not a fan of frame sliders because, in the event of a slide, they can catch on objects and potentially damage the frame. Crash bars are less likely to cause such issues, so I opted to install new crash bars. 5. Rear rack. We chose to install the Givi 4130FC rear rack. This rack is compatible with the Kawasaki pannier set, allowing us to mount a total of 3 cases on the bike. The rack weighs 3.5 kilograms, and we also installed the Givi M8B base plate, which weighs 1 kilograms. 6. Rear seat rack. We installed the Hepco and Becker Sport Rack for the Kawasaki Ninja 1000 SX. This rear seat rack weighs 1.8 kilograms and has the Givi E251 base plate installed on top. Number 2. Riding experience. In the following sections, we will discuss the throttle response, braking, heat, riding position, seat height, and other aspects of the Ninja 1000 SX. Regarding handling, since the Ninja 1000 SX is a sport touring bike rather than a supersport, its handling characteristics are more stable. The Ninja 1000 SX feels like it has a front-heavy center of gravity, unlike some bikes that have a more centered feel, such as the MT-07 I previously owned. The Ninja 1000 SX is more about steady cornering and smooth transitions. When cornering, you need to initiate the turn by steering the front, and then the rest of the bike will follow smoothly. However, getting the front end to start turning requires a bit of effort, as the Ninja 1000 SX isn't a particularly light bike, weighing in at 235 kilograms. So, in terms of cornering, the Ninja 1000 SX is a stable bike. When you encounter a bend, you should plan your line and speed in advance, allowing the bike to smoothly glide through the turn. If you need to change the lean angle mid-turn, it's reasonably agile, but not as nimble as sport street bikes like the MT-07 or MT-09. The Ninja 1000 SX is more about choosing the right line and smoothly carving through the turn. While the Ninja 1000 SX isn't as agile or powerful as supersport bikes, quick acceleration can lead to high fuel consumption. It doesn't corner or lean as quickly or nimbly as the MT-07, MT-09, or GSX 8S, partly due to its heavier weight. The Ninja 1000 SX handles turns in a more deliberate, smooth manner, like slicing through a block of tofu. From my experience, although the Ninja 1000 SX isn't extremely agile, it has handled various types of roads, including narrow mountain roads, steep industrial roads, and tight, twisty mountain routes, without any major issues or difficulties. In summary, the Ninja 1000 SX offers a reasonable level of agility. It corners steadily, but don't expect it to be as nimble as bikes like the CB300R, MT-07, or MT-09. Given its weight of around 230 kilograms, it performs quite well. I'm not suggesting that heavier bikes are inherently more stable or better. What I mean is that the Ninja 1000 SX has a solid level of stability, which you can feel in various riding conditions. Additionally, the 4th generation Ninja 1000 SX tends to drift slightly to the right when riding hands-free, due to its rightward bias in weight distribution. 3. Fuel consumption in purely urban riding conditions, the fuel consumption is between 12 to 16 kilometers per liters. For highway riding, I will provide a detailed explanation of fuel consumption below. Number 4. Advantages. 1. IMU integration. The Ninja 1000SX comes with an IMU, which integrates KIBS braking system, KCMF throttle control, and KTRC traction control. KIBS includes cornering ABS and pitch control, while KCMF and KTRC cover traction control, cornering traction control, lift control, and slide control. For example, the GSX S1000 GT lacks an IMU and thus doesn't offer these features, which I find to be a downside for the GSX S1000 GT. The traction control TC operates smoothly without abrupt power cuts. I only noticed the TC light flashing on the right side of the screen after reviewing my recorded footage. Number 2, adjustable suspension. The bike features a rear preload adjuster, shock hydraulic preload adjuster, and fully adjustable front suspension, preload, compression damping, and rebound damping, along with rear preload and rebound damping adjustments. I think this suspension setup strikes a good balance between comfort and sportiness. It's neither too harsh nor too soft, and I personally like this suspension setting. The bike has a twin spar aluminum frame, which offers excellent rigidity. Combined with the good suspension response, it provides stability at high speeds. The overall suspension setting and frame rigidity are well suited for high-speed riding and cruising. 3. Assist and slipper clutch. The Ninja 1000SX comes standard with an assist and slipper clutch. The clutch lever is light, and with the standard quick shifter, the overall riding experience is very comfortable. Number 4, cruise control. The cruise control is easy to operate and provides smooth power delivery without sudden surges when engaging or disengaging. It offers a smooth output. 5. Brakes. It comes with a standard Nissin radial master cylinder, which provides good feel and linearity, making it easy to operate and predict braking force. The braking power is consistent and not vague, with smooth ABS operation that's almost unnoticeable when it activates. Compared to models like the GSX S1000 GT, S1000XR, and Katana, which use axial master cylinders, the Ninja 1000SX's radial master cylinder is quite impressive. 6. Low RPM power. At lower RPMs, the power is quite good. According to the power curve from the Akrapovic website, it delivers about 84 newton-meters of torque at 3,000 RPM and about 92 newton-meters at 4,000 RPM. For a liter class 4-cylinder engine, I think this performance is quite good. Compared to other liter class 4-cylinder engines like those in the GSX S1000 GT or S1000XR, the Ninja 1000SX performs well at lower RPMs. 7. Exhaust sound. I really like the exhaust sound of this bike, although that's a matter of personal preference and everyone has different tastes in exhaust tones. 8. Throttle response. Although the peak power of 142 PS is not very strong for a liter class 4-cylinder engine and might even feel a bit weak, the engine and throttle response offer a linear and smooth power curve. The throttle response is easy to predict and control, with no harsh jerks at small throttle openings or when switching the throttle on and off. In corners, the predictable and linear throttle response makes it easy to control the throttle and adjust your line, with consistent power output matching the throttle input. It's easy to handle and control. 9. LED headlights. The LED headlights are quite bright. I have taken photos of both the low and high beams for reference. 10. Highway fuel consumption. The fuel consumption on the highway is relatively good. At 90 kilometers per hour, it's about 23 to 25 kilometers per liters. At 100 kilometers per hour, it's about 23 kilometers per hour, and at 120 kilometers per hour, it's around 20 to 23 kilometers per hour. The fuel consumption between 100 to 125 kilometers per hour doesn't vary much, fluctuating only by about 1 to 3 kilometers. It doesn't match the impression I previously had that liter class 4-cylinders are very fuel inefficient. It's quite fuel efficient at high speeds. The fuel consumption difference between headwinds and tailwinds at high speeds is about 3 to 5 kilometers per liters, which is not a huge variation. 11. Seat height. The seat narrows towards the frame, offering good foot grounding. With the Taiwanese specification seat height of 820 millimeters, I, at 174 centimeters, can flat foot with a slight bend in my knees. I'm not sure about the European specification height of 835 millimeters, but I think a slightly higher seat height might be more comfortable. 12. Tank design. The shape of the fuel tank is well designed for gripping. allowing you to secure your body well while cornering or during regular riding. 13. Heat management. In the litter class category, the bike doesn't get excessively hot. The heat shield design is quite good, and there isn't much hot air blowing onto your legs. Number 5. Disadvantages. 1. Windshield. I personally find the windshield to be a bit small or low. Although it has 4 adjustment levels, it still seems somewhat insufficient. However, the manufacturer does offer a larger windshield, and there are also many aftermarket options available for this model. The windshield requires both hands to adjust and doesn't have electronic adjustments, but adjusting it is quite easy and straightforward. Even so, for a sport touring bike, the size and height of the windshield are still fairly acceptable. 2. Chain adjuster. The chain adjuster design tends to slide after being tightened, and it's challenging to secure the position properly when tightening. I don't think the chain adjuster used on the Ninja 1000 SX is the best choice. 3. Side cases. The side cases have decent capacity but are not very large. Each side case has 28 liters, totaling 56 liters. However, from long-term use, I find the shape of the side cases somewhat inconvenient. Although they can fit a full-face helmet, the design includes a shape at the rear to accommodate turn signals and the license plate, which limits what you can fit inside. Some items might need to be adjusted or may not fit at all. 4. Lean angle display. The lean angle progress bar is quite interesting, but it would be even better if it could display real-time lean angles along with the progress bar. For example, the BMW S1000RR has a screen that shows both real-time lean angle progress and angle. 5. Lack of auxiliary or automatic headlights. The bike lacks steering assist headlights or automatic leveling headlights. For instance, the Versys 1000 S model and above come with steering assist headlights. I think it would be better if the Ninja 1000 SX had this feature. However, looking at other adventure bikes in this category, it seems that very few have this feature, so it might be a bit too much to ask for. 6. Instrument cluster size. While the current instrument cluster provides sufficient information and clarity, I find the screen size to be a bit small. At 4.3 inches, it feels a bit small by today's standards. A 5-inch or 6-inch screen might be more in line with current trends and could be better. For example, the GSS 1000 GT features a 6.5-inch display, which I think is quite good. 7. Side cases and top case compatibility. With the standard setup, you cannot use the side cases and top case together. If you install the standard 28L side cases with the quick-release side case rack, you cannot install the standard top case rack. To use the top case rack, you need to remove the quick-release side case rack. However, Givi or Shad offer top case racks for the Ninja 1000 SX that can be used with the standard quick-release side case rack. For a 3-case setup, you would need to buy additional racks from Givi or Shad. The Versys 1000, on the other hand, can use both the standard side and top case racks. I don't understand why the Ninja 1000 SX doesn't offer such an integrated rack system, as other sport touring bikes like the Honda VFR on 1200F or VFR 800F offer factory 3-case setups. 8. Fuel tank capacity. The fuel tank capacity could be larger. 9. Final gears. The final 3 gears could use a slightly lower ratio. 10. Heated grips. European and Japanese models come with heated grips, but the Taiwanese version requires an aftermarket edition. Weight. The bike is on the heavier side compared to similar adventure bikes. For example, the GSX S1000 GT and S1000 XR each weigh 226 kilograms, while the Ninja 1000 SX weighs 235 kilograms, making it relatively heavier. 12. Battery voltage issues. Sometimes the battery voltage can drop too low when the bike is left unused. This can result in starting issues, or if the bike starts but is ridden for too short a period, it may cause the trip A, trip B, average fuel consumption, average speed, maximum lean angle, engine runtime, and other information to reset to their initial values of 0. Not every parameter may be reset, but it could affect 2 or 3 of them. 13. Shifting feel. The shifting feel is somewhat vague. Although the resistance for shifting is minimal and easy to change gears, there isn't a clear positive feel when shifting, making it less satisfying. I personally don't prefer this sensation. Thank you for watching. This video is almost at the end. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. If you're interested in motorcycle content, feel free to subscribe to our channel. If you have any thoughts, you're welcome to leave a comment below, and maybe we can discuss and exchange ideas. That's all for this video. Bye-bye.